What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, March 9th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, the iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Filmmaker and actor Jon Favreau has been tapped to write and executive produce a new live-action Star Wars series that will appear on Disney's upcoming streaming service. Disney, who owns the Star Wars brand after acquiring Lucasfilms, is expected to launch the streaming service by the end of 2019, Variety reported. The Star Wars series was first announced in November. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy said in a statement, "I couldn't be more excited about Jon coming on board to produce and write for the new direct-to-consumer platform. Jon brings the perfect mix of producing and writing talent combined with the fluency in the Star Wars universe. This series will allow Jon the chance to work with a diverse group of writers and directors and give Lucasfilms the opportunity to build a robust talent base." Favreau said, "If you told me at 11 years old that I would be getting to tell stories in the Star Wars universe, I wouldn't have believed you. I can't wait to embark upon this exciting adventure." Favreau began his relationship with Disney after directing the first Iron Man, which helped kick off the company's Marvel Cinematic Universe. He also directed Iron Man 2 and directed and produced the live-action version of The Jungle Book. The 51-year-old is now currently working on a new version of The Lion King. Favreau will also be providing a voice for an alien character in an upcoming Star Wars spin-off film, Solo: Star Wars Story. The film is set to arrive in theaters on May 25th. True TV has renewed their hit hidden camera comedy series Impractical Jokers for an 8th season and has announced a feature-length film. The 8-episode season will consist of 26 episodes, keeping the show on True TV through 2019 and beyond, noted the Hollywood Reporter. The 200th episode is slated to premiere in 2019. Stars James Murray, Brian Q. Quinn, Joe Gatto, and Sue Vulcano, who are also known as the Tenderloins, will be back for True TV's first ever feature-length film based on the property, which will be produced by Funny or Die and directed by Chris Henchy. Production is set to begin in the spring, Variety reported. The film will follow the Impractical Jokers crew on the road, competing in hidden camera challenges for the chance to turn back the clock on an embarrassing high school incident from 1992. Murray, Quinn, Gatto, Vulcano, and Henchy are producing. True TV's president Chris Lynn said in a statement, "The Joker's authentic friendship and genuine relatability has endeared them to millions of fans around the world, creating one of the most original brands in all of television. We're incredibly proud of the partnership we've developed with the guys throughout the years and the growing multi-platform success of the Impractical Jokers brand." The Tenderloins said in a joint statement, "We are as surprised as anyone that 4 dudes from Staten Island have been allowed to make a TV show for as long as we have, so the idea of making this movie is absolutely mind-blowing." Teri Hatcher would be interested in a Desperate Housewives revival. The 53-year-old actress who played Susan Mayer on the ABC series discussed the possibility of Wednesday's episode of the ITV talk show Loose Women. She said, "I'd be the first person to return. I never wanted it to be over. I love those characters." Hatcher believes former co-stars Eva Longoria, Felicity Huffman, and Marcia Cross would join her for a reunion, but said the chances of it happening are slim. She explains, "I don't think the odds are very good just because of the creators. It's not the women. I think the women would probably all do it." Desperate Housewives had an 8-season run from 2004 to 2012. Hatcher says the cast hasn't kept in contact since the show came to an end, although the women reportedly wish each other well. She says not so much, but definitely supportive of everything that we've all often doing. Very excited Eva's about to have her first baby. Longoria, who's expecting her first child with husband Jose Baston, has expressed interest in a revival in an interview with New Beauty in December. The actress portrayed Gabrielle Solis on Desperate Housewives. She said, "I wish. I love that show. I miss it every single day. I miss being Gabby. I miss being on that set. But our creator, Mark Cherry, has said many times he wouldn't bring it back. Plus, we're all so busy." Michael B. Jordan has announced on Instagram that his production company, Outlier Society, will be adopting inclusion riders, all types of diversity clauses on all future projects. Inclusion riders are a clause in a contract that requires studios to hire a diverse crew or a cast on a particular project, noted the Hollywood Reporter. The contract addendum was first proposed by Stacy Smith, a professor at the University of Southern California, and has gained traction after Frances McDormand mentioned it during her acceptance speech at the Academy Awards on Sunday. Jordan said on Wednesday, in support of the women and men who are leading this fight, I will be adopting the inclusion rider for all projects produced by my company, Outlier Society, alongside a photo of himself posing with the Outlier Society's head of production, Alana Mayo, and his agent Phil Sun. He continued, it's been privileged to work with powerful women and persons of color throughout my career, and it's Outlier's mission to continue to create for talented individuals going forward. Jordan launched the Outlier Society in 2016. The company is currently developing an hour-long science fiction series called Raising Dion, which has received a series order from Netflix, an untitled series for OWN, and a reboot of the Thomas Crown Affair that would star Jordan. Star Wars actor Mark Hamill was honored with a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Thursday afternoon. Hamill was joined for a ceremony at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles by R2-D2, a stormtrooper, and Star Wars creator George Lucas, as well as co-stars Harrison Ford and Kelly Marie Tran, as he received the 2,630th star on the Walk of Fame. Hamill says, these will be brief remarks because words truly fail me. It's hard to convey my gratitude, my joy, the exhilaration of being recognized this way. Lucas hailed Hamill as exactly what he was looking for when casting the character of Luke Skywalker in the first Star Wars film. Lucas says Mark Hamill is a character that can't be written. I'm very proud of Mark for getting his star. We've been around together for I don't know to say how many years. We've come a long way from that casting session. Ford, who starred as Han Solo in Star Wars alongside Hamill, joked that there were a lot of more people that showed up for my star before taking a moment to remember their co-star Carrie Fisher, who died at the age of 60 in 2016. Ford said, when thinking about today, I was really sorry that we don't have the other member of our trio here to celebrate with us, but I feel her presence. Ford went on to congratulate Hamill, saying he was very pleased for his career successes. Ford says, I think he has found comfort and utility and control of his destiny, and I'm happy for you. Prior to starring in the Star Wars franchise, Hamill appeared in a variety of television shows and television movies, including a 9-month stretch on General Hospitals. He also appeared in Broadway productions of The Elephant Man and Amadeus, in addition to voicing several characters such as DC Comics villain the Joker in Batman the Animated Series and the Batman Arkham series of video games. Hamill says, if it weren't for the public, I'd be nowhere. From Jedi to Joker and back again. It's been a fantastic ride. Thank you so much, and may the force be with each and every one of you. Grey's Anatomy is losing longtime stars Jessica Capshaw and Sarah Drew. Capshaw and Drew, who play Arizona Robbins and April Kepner on the ABC series, will depart the medical drama after season 14, according to Deadline. Showrunner Christina Vernov said the characters of Arizona and April are permanently woven into the fabric of Grey's Anatomy thanks to the extraordinary work of Jessica Capshaw and Sarah Drew. She added, as writers, our job is to follow the stories where they want to go, and sometimes that means saying goodbye to characters we love. It's been a joy and a privilege to work with these phenomenally talented actresses. Capshaw and Drew debuted as Arizona and April in season 5 and 6, respectively, before being made series regulars. Series creator Shonda Rhimes says that the characters were significant for representing the LGBTQ and Christian communities. The producer said, it's always hard for me to say goodbye to any of my characters. Both Arizona Robbins and April Kepner are not only beloved but iconic. Both the LGBTQ and devout Christian communities are underrepresented on TV. She added, I will forever be grateful to both Jessica and Sarah for bringing these characters to life with such vibrant performances and for inspiring women around the globe. They will always be a part of the Shondaland family. Drew confirmed her exit in a post on her Twitter account Thursday. The actress wrote, thank you for all of the love. I know you're sad. I'm sad too. I haven't really had the time to process this information. I've been with it for less than 48 hours, so I'm not ready to say my thank yous and give an all-encompassing statement about my 9 years here. That will come later. And she's also said, for now, I like to say I love you, and I love April, and her story isn't over yet. Grey's Anatomy is in the midst of its 14th season. The series co-star Ellen Pompeo, who signed a $20 million per year deal with ABC Studios in late 2017, said that she would stay as long as the series is on the air. WWE superstar John Cena dressed up as a teenage girl alongside Jimmy Fallon to take part in the late-night host long-running Tonight Show sketch Ew. The segment began with Fallon once again portraying Sarah as she welcomed her friend Addison, played by Cena, to the show after the pair had spent a long time apart from each other. Fallon said to the professional wrestler, who was seen wearing a wig, makeup, and a sleeveless dress that highlighted his bulging muscles, "I have to say, you look really different." Cena replied, "Yeah, I had a little bit of a growth sprout. My mom said I'm going through some changes." The duo, after discussing their crushes, began to rehearse a dance routine set to Bruno Mars's Finesse. Cena and Fallon could hardly contain their laughter after Cena lifted up the comedian during their dance. Cena and Fallon were also interrupted by stepdad Gary, played by A.D. Miles, and participated in an Ew lightning round. Cena was on hand on the Tonight Show to promote WrestleMania on April 8th, his new comedy film, Blockers, on April 6th, and the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards on March 24th, which he is hosting. Fallon, during their interview, shared with Cena a dance move he learned from Madonna that he could use while dancing with his fiancée Nikki Bella during their wedding. Ginnifer Goodwin will reportedly star in the new ABC pilot Steps. The 39-year-old actress will return to television in a new comedy following her exit from the ABC series Once Upon a Time, according to Entertainment Weekly. Goodwin will play Bea, a modern hippie and parent coach married to Paul, who is yet to be cast. The show follows the couple as they raise 3 kids, with Bea's ex-husband Barry Rothbard and Paul's ex-wife. Kristen Newman, who wrote The Muppets and Gavilan, penned the script. The Hollywood Reporter says Newman will executive produce with the show, with Todd Honlin, who will direct the pilot. Goodwin left Once Upon a Time in 2017 after 6 seasons as Snow White. She is also known for playing Marjorie Heffman on the HBO series Big Love. Julianne Hough hopes to fulfill her longtime dream of having kids. The 29-year-old dancer and television personality discussed her plans for children in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, published Wednesday after marrying Brooks Latch in July. Hough said, "I probably want to start our family in the next 10 years. We'll see how it goes, what happens. We both want 4 kids at first, and now we're like, let's just take it one step at a time." She added, "I've had baby fever since I was like 5. I've always wanted to be a mom. Every time I see a baby, my ovaries start screaming. They're like, yeah." Hough said Tuesday in an interview with E! News that she doesn't believe her endometriosis will affect her ability to have kids. She was diagnosed with the condition in 2008. The star says, "The good thing is I found out that I had endometriosis when I did back in 2008, so I've been really lucky that I've been able to come across things that maybe could be challenging in the future." She added, "Now that I know and that I've had good conversations with my doctors, we're good." Hough is known for serving as a pro and a judge on the ABC reality competition Dancing with the Stars. She told Entertainment Tonight she won't return for the show's 26th season because she's focusing on other projects. The star said, "Who knows what will transpire in the future, but as of right now I'm focusing on that show Blackpool, my acting, and then my music." Former couple Alexander Skarsgard and Alexa Chung reunited in London this week. E! News reported Wednesday that the 41-year-old Swedish-American actor and 34-year-old British fashion model were spotted together in the city Sunday. Skarsgard and Chung were seen arriving at the Eurostar train station. The actor wore a sweater, coat, and jeans in various shades of gray, with Chung in wide-leg jeans, a hoodie, and a plaid overcoat. Sources told Us Weekly the two seemed happy but a little tired. They walked through the station holding hands. The insider added, "This was late in the morning, and they arrived on a Euro train. They were quiet and just walking through the station alone." Skarsgard and Chung split in July after 2 years of dating. The pair have yet to address their current relationship status, although Us Weekly reported Chung typically remains close with her former partners. Source says Alexa is always friends with her exes. She's always cool with everyone she dates and stays in contact, and even will hang out with them after they break up. An insider added she and her other exes have hung out after they break up, and Alexander's no exception. They still text each other all the time and meet up when they are in the same city. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are spending International Women's Day with students. The 33-year-old British royal and 36-year-old American actress spoke with young people Thursday during an official royal outing in Birmingham, England. Kensington Palace said on Twitter, "Today Prince Harry and Miss Meghan Markle will be visiting Birmingham to meet members of the local community and learn more about projects in the area that support young people." Prince Harry and Markle visited Millennium Point, a multi-use complex that provides workspace for educational organizations. The couple were greeted by students and other well-wishers, including pets. Kensington Palace captioned a video of Prince Harry meeting a pup. Thank you to everyone, dogs included, for the warm welcome to Birmingham this morning. People reported 10-year-old Sophia Richards spoke to Prince Harry and Markle, who encouraged the Oasis Academy student to pursue her dream of being an actress. Richards says, Meghan told me that I can achieve whatever I want to achieve, and Markle said she would like to see me on TV when I become an actress. It was a dream come true. I will never forget this day. Prince Harry and Markle met with the STEM Mets, an organization that aims to inspire girls to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and math inside Millennium Point. The pair attended an HTML coding lesson with 90 girls. Kensington Palace said today 90 girls were given the opportunity by the STEMettes to learn HTML coding as well as how to build apps and touchpads. Sony is celebrating International Women's Day 2018 by releasing a free theme for PlayStation 4 users that features some of the company's most prominent female characters. The theme, which works as a background image while navigating the PlayStation 4, features Chloe and Nadine from the Uncharted series, Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, Ellie from The Last of Us, and newcomers Kara for the upcoming game Detroit Becomes Human, and a pink bear from the upcoming game Dreams. The artwork is drawn by developer Media Molecule, character and environment artist Maja Lisa Khaled Hansen. The studio is currently working on Dreams, which is set for release sometime in 2018. Carol will be making her PlayStation debut when Detroit Becomes Human arrives on May 25th. Matthew Morrison and the Glee cast, had a happy reunion in Los Angeles. Morrison, Jane Lynch, Naya Rivera, Heather Morris, Amber Riley, Chris Kofer, Jenna Kotzowitz, and Kevin McHale were among the show's stars to get together Wednesday over dinner. Morrison, who plays Will Shyster on the Fox series, shared a group photo from the outing on Instagram. The actor's wife, Renee Morrison, and son, Revel James, also attended the event. He captioned the picture, "It's a Glee union. What a beautiful night hanging out with my old kids and new kid, Ohana." McHale, who portrays Artie Abrams, posted a similar snapshot on his own account. He wrote, "Almost a decade later, and we still want this, to spontaneously see each other in public." Glee had a 6-season run from 2009 to 2015 and starred Lea Michele and the late actors Corey Monteith and Mark Salling. Salling died by suicide in January after being convicted of possession of child pornography. Lynch told TMZ after the actor's death, "I'll remember him as the guy who made that really sweet video at the beginning of Glee when he was so happy to be part of this group." Patton Oswalt is so proud his late wife's book is on the New York Times bestseller list. The 49-year-old actor and comedian praised Michelle McNamara in a tweet Wednesday after her book I'll Be Gone in the Dark debuted at #1 on the weekly charts. Oswalt wrote, "I hope you know, sweetie. I feel like you know, and I hope you know it when your work leads to his capture," referencing the McNamara's research about the Golden State Killer in the book. He says, #I'll Be Gone in the Dark debuted at #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. I'm so proud of you. McNamara died at the age of 46 in April 2016 from an undiagnosed heart condition and complications from prescription medicine. Oswald helped after her death to finish and publish the book, which hit shelves February 27th. The actor told Entertainment Weekly last week, "I wish I could tell you some moment of epiphany when I realized that I was going to finish it, but I don't have it. That whole year was just this really painful blur." He explained, "It was her book, and it's an amazing book. I wanted to do it right by her." Oswald and McNamara were married for more than 10 years and shared 8-year-old daughter Alice. The comedian got remarried to Meredith Salinger in July. Reese Witherspoon met with Olympic figure skater Adam Rippon on The Late Show after the pair had shared admiration for each other on social media. Host Stephen Colbert surprised the actress and brought out Rippon after sharing how the A Wrinkle in Time star previously said on Twitter that the athlete was the #1 reason to watch the Winter Olympics. Witherspoon said after embracing Rippon and sitting next to him, "This is meant to be. This is the relationship the world's been waiting for." Rippon then gave Witherspoon his bronze medal and explained he was suffering from a minor wardrobe malfunction. He said of meeting Witherspoon, "I really needed this today. Before I got here today, my life was in shambles. I was getting dressed because I wanted to look my best for you, and I lost a button." Rippon then spread open his shirt. "I'm embarrassed, but I'm not." He continued, "You know what I mean." Rippon said he fell first in love with Witherspoon after seeing Legally Blonde, and Witherspoon said she memorized a tweet the skater previously posted where he referred to himself as a Gamazon bitch ready for the runway. Adam Levine and daughter Dusty Rose took a sidewalk stroll in a cute new photo. The 38-year-old singer and television personality posted a picture with the 17-month-old Wednesday on Instagram after welcoming a second daughter with Gio Grace with wife Behati Prinsloo in February. The snapshot showed Levine holding Dusty's hand as they walked alongside an outdoor tennis court. The dad of two carries his daughter's toy in his other hand. He captioned the photo, "You and me, baby." Prinsloo gave birth to Gio on February 15th and gave fans a first glimpse of the infant on the following week. Levine has said in an interview with the Ellen DeGeneres Show prior to Gio's birth that he hopes to have several children. The singer said, "I want a lot. I thrive in chaos. I genuinely enjoy it. We love it." He added, "Behati was an only child. She wants like 100 babies, but I don't know if I could do that." Levine is the front man of the pop rock band Maroon 5 and serves as a coach on the NBC reality competition The Voice. The series is in its 14th season and airs Monday and Tuesdays. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1996, George Burns dies at the age of 100. The legendary cigar-chomping performer George Burns dies at his home in Beverly Hills, California, just weeks after celebrating his 100th birthday. Born Nathan Birnbaum in New York City, Burns was one of 12 children. As a young child, he sang for pennies on street corners and in saloons, and at the age of 13, he started a dance academy with a friend. In 1922, Burns was performing the latest in the string of song and dance acts in Newark, New Jersey, when he teamed up with fellow performer Gracie Allen. Though Allen began as the straight one in their partnership, her natural comedic ability prompted Burns to rewrite their material to give her most of the punchlines. From then on, Burns played the straight man to Allen's ditzy, but with hilarious results. By the time Burns and Allen married in 1926, his brief first marriage to dancer Hannah Siegel ended in divorce. They had already become known on the vaudeville circuit. In the 1920s was a golden era for vaudeville performers, and Burns and Allen were only two of a number of greats, their peers including Milton Berle, Al Jolson, Fanny Brice, Burt Lair, and Jack Benny, Burns' close friend, who successfully made the transition to other forms of entertainment. After making their radio debut in 1929, the pair landed a regular series, The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show, which aired from 1932 to 1950 on the NBC network. In the late 1930s, the program's audience numbered more than 40 million people, and NBC paid Burns and Allen $10,000 per week, an enormous sum for the time. The couple also played themselves on the big screen in a number of films, including International House 1933, Many Happy Returns 1934, A Damsel in Distress 1937, and College Swing in 1938. In 1950, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show made a seamless transition to television, airing on CBS and becoming one of the top-ranked programs for the duration of the decade. The Burns-Allen team remained in the public eye until Allen's retirement in 1959. She died of a heart attack in 1964 at the age of 58. Though Allen was a Roman Catholic, Burns buried her with Episcopal rites, explained that as a Jewish man he couldn't be buried in a Catholic consecrated ground, and he wanted to be buried beside her. After Burns underwent major heart surgery in 1975 at the age of 79, his career got a second wind. That year, he played a retired vaudevillian in the film adaptation of Neil Simon's play The Sunshine Boys, co-starring Walter Matthau and Richard Benjamin. Burns won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for that role. After that, there were no shortage of movie parts for the octogenarian actor, who played God in Oh God 1977 and in sequels Oh God Book 2 1980 and Oh God, You Devil 1984, in which Burns was featured as both God and the Devil. He also starred in Just You and Me, Kid 1979, Going in Style 1979, and 18 Again 1988. In 1988, Burns won an award for Lifetime Achievement from the John F. Kennedy Center of the Performing Arts. He wrote two best-selling autobiographical works, including Gracie, A Love Story, 1988, and All My Best Friends, 1989, along with 8 other books that earned him his well-deserved reputation as an invaluable first-hand observer of the history of 20th century entertainment. Also on this date in 1997, Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G., is killed in Los Angeles. If all publicity is good publicity, then New York-based Bad Boy Entertainment and Los Angeles-based Death Row Records got better publicity than they ever could have purchased as a result of the feud that broke out between the two companies in the mid-1990s. As the artists associated with the two hip-hop record labels traded taunts and insults on their records and on stage, the hip-hop press covered every twist and turn, and soon the mainstream media were breathlessly declaring a so-called bi-coastal rap war. The rivalry was incredibly good for business. It propelled Sean P. Diddy Combs' Bad Boy Entertainment and Marion Chick Knight's Death Row Records into the spotlight, selling millions upon millions of both label records in the process. But the East Coast versus West Coast beef also took the lives of two of hip-hop's biggest stars, Tupac Shakur and Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G. After dominating the hip-hop industry during years of recording growth in the mid-1990s, that feud finally came to an end with the shooting death of Wallace on a crowded Los Angeles street on March 9, 1997. Christopher Wallace was a Brooklyn-based rapper whose 1994 album Ready to Die was largely responsible for making Bad Boy Records a success. On the night he was killed, Wallace was riding in the passenger seat of a GMC Suburban when a Toyota Land Cruiser pulled up alongside him at the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue. The driver of the Land Cruiser opened fire on Wallace, fatally wounding him before speeding away. Dozens of eyewitnesses' accounts allowed the Los Angeles Police Department to develop a detailed reconstruction of the shooting and a composite sketch of the gunman. But Wallace's murder remains unsolved more than 2 decades later. It was widely speculated that Wallace's killing was in some way related to the similar killing of Tupac Shakur in Las Vegas some 7 months earlier in similar physical circumstances. While no evidence has ever come to light of Wallace's involvement in Shakur's death, Shakur had publicly accused Wallace of his involvement in a 1994 attempt on his life, an accusation that greatly escalated the East Coast-West Coast feud and made Wallace and Shakur into its most prominent participants. In the months following Christopher Wallace's death, the East Coast-West Coast feud may have faded away, but fan interest in its participants have not. Wallace's second and most successful studio album, Life After Death, was released less than 3 weeks after he died, and new material by both Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. continues to be released posthumously more than 20 years after both artists' passing. And that was your entertainment report for Friday, March 9th, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Remember to turn your clocks forward. Good night, and God bless you all.